Here's a backyard secret designers swear by. Horizontal lines instantly make small spaces feel wider and calmer. A simple run of level boards can stretch your yard visually, almost like a panoramic horizon. Today on Luxury Home Decor, we're diving into backyard horizontal fence ideas that balance privacy, airflow, and style. Whether your budget is tight or generous, these strategies will help you craft a fence that frames gatherings beautifully and looks timeless in every season. Welcome to Luxury Home Decor, your guide to polished yet practical home styling. Horizontal fencing is trending because it blends modern simplicity with warm, natural texture. The key is proportion. Slat width, spacing, and post rhythm create a steady visual beat. We'll cover color schemes, materials, and smart add-ons that evolve with seasons. Expect budget-friendly tips, quick weekend upgrades, and design principles that translate across rustic, coastal, modern, and transitional yards without relying on visuals. Start with purpose. Do you want privacy, breeze, a plant backdrop, or a street noise buffer? Horizontal boards guide the eye along the boundary, exaggerating width and reducing visual clutter. Keep lines level and continuous. Breaks should be intentional. Pick a repeatable module, say 6-inch slats with 3/4-inch gaps, to simplify cutting and reduce waste. This structure saves money, speeds work, and keeps the fence cohesive across corners, gates, and grade changes throughout the yard. Material matters. Cedar resists decay, stains beautifully, and ages to soft silver. Pressure-treated pine stretches a budget while staying sturdy with regular sealing. Composite planks offer color stability and minimal maintenance, great for harsh climates. Powder-coated steel or aluminum posts paired with wood slats deliver clean lines and long life. Mixing materials. Wood warmth against dark metal creates contrast that reads upscale. Choose stainless or coated hardware so the clean horizontal rhythm isn't interrupted by stains or streaks. To elevate a standard fence inexpensively, vary slat widths. Alternate a 3-inch board with a 5-inch board, repeating the pattern for quiet movement without visual noise. Keep gaps consistent for alignment and airflow. This technique uses common lumber sizes, trims waste, and looks custom. If privacy matters, compress gaps toward seating areas while keeping larger gaps near planting beds. By editing spacing rather than material, you'll stretch your budget and still achieve a tailored designer-level result. Plan with seasons in mind. In summer, small gaps welcome breezes and disperse grilling aromas, while winter rewards tighter patterns that block gusts. Spring invites lighter finishes and fresh plantings. Autumn favors richer stains that echo turning leaves. Choose finishes with UV protection so color endures through bright months. A modular fence also supports seasonal styling. Hang lanterns for warm evenings, switch to evergreen garlands when temperatures drop, and let perennials knit through slats for year-round texture. balance privacy and light with shadow gap construction. Boards sit slightly proud of battens, creating deep horizontal reveals that glow at golden hour yet disguise sightlines. For more seclusion, board-on-board patterns overlap while maintaining the horizontal rhythm. Think of the fence as a filter, not a wall. It edits what enters and what escapes: wind, views, scents, and sound. This approach feels sophisticated, reduces heaviness, and pairs beautifully with sculptural grasses, espaliered trees, and courtyard citrus. Crave modern minimalism. Pair warm cedar slats with slim matte black steel posts set on a steady grid. Keep the top line arrow straight and the fasteners hidden. The palette, amber wood against charcoal metal, feels both current and enduring. Finish with a satin clear coat that deepens tone without shine. This restrained combo flatters concrete pavers, streamlined furniture, and monochrome cushions. The horizontal lines read like architecture, reinforcing calm, order, and effortless polish in compact or spacious yards. Prefer organic character. Consider weathered finishes or charred wood using show sugi band techniques for a smoky, tactile surface. Horizontal boards with subtle variation feel collected over time, especially beside stone paths or gravel courts. Pair with bronze hardware for warmth. The patina softens straight lines, making modern layouts friendlier. Because the color is deep within the grain, maintenance can be lighter while the fence remains dramatic. It's a confident way to blend old-world craft with contemporary living. Sustainability can look luxe. Reclaimed timbers planed smooth become slats with character in every line. Bamboo composite offers quick renewability and consistent color. For posts, galvanized steel sleeves extend lifespan and reduce future replacement waste. Choose water-based stains and low VOC sealers to keep air quality comfortable during dinners. These decisions are ethical and elegant, aging gracefully and lending texture that stock materials rarely mimic. Sustainable choices feel refined, not rustic, and elevate everyday outdoor rituals. Color sets the mood. Earthy clays and toasted almonds feel grounded and inviting, great for family zones. Cool charcoals and soft grays frame foliage crisply, reading modern without harshness. Match the fence undertone to your home's roof or trim for a pulled-together palette. If the house is busy, varied siding or brick, choose a calm, dark stain so planting pops. When architecture is simple, a mid-tone warm wood adds life. Keep shine low. Satin finishes look sophisticated outside. Hardware is the quiet hero. Hidden clips or pocket-screwed battens protect a clean horizontal reed. Where fasteners show, use stainless screws set in straight lines so they look intentional. Align rails so boards land consistently on structure, avoiding fussy offcuts. Cap exposed end grain with a picture frame border to prevent checking and water wicking. These details cost little yet deliver a built-with care impression whenever someone leans on the fence or runs a hand along it. posts dictate longevity. In wet or termite-prone regions, consider steel posts with bolt-on brackets. Then sheath them in wood for warmth. Set footings below frost depth and crown concrete tops so watersheds. Keep slats a finger's width off grade to avoid splash damage. Planning structure first lets decorative choices shine, because lines stay true through seasons. When the bones are right, stains last longer, gates swing cleanly, and the fence continues reading straight, calm and confident. Don't let gates break the rhythm. Carry slat spacing through the gate leaf so the line flows uninterrupted. Use heavy-duty hinges and hidden closers to prevent sagging. A steel angle frame wrapped in wood keeps everything square without a bulky look. Consider a discreet keypad latch for keyless entry during gardening or grilling. When the gate's geometry echoes the fence, the yard feels larger and more intentional, like a continuous horizon rather than a patchwork of separate parts. Integrate planters to soften structure. A shallow cedar trough fastened between posts turns a horizontal run into a herb bar or succulent stage. Keep plant height below mid-slat so lines remain dominant. Repeating 3 or 5 planters across a long section adds cadence without clutter. Drip irrigation tucked behind boards keeps watering invisible and efficient. The result is a living border that changes with seasons, perfumes the dining area, and reinforces the fence's role as an elegant backdrop. Lighting extends enjoyment after sunset. Low-profile, hardwired step lights under a capboard wash slats in a gentle glow. Solar post caps or rechargeable puck lights are budget-friendly and wire-free. Mount fixtures to graze along boards, emphasizing texture instead of hot spots. Warm color temperature flatters with tones and evening gatherings. When light follows the horizontal lines, it feels architectural, safe, and relaxing, encouraging conversation to linger and late-night cleanup to feel effortless. Need a quieter yard? Add discrete sound control without losing the horizontal aesthetic. Place mass-loaded vinyl or acoustic fence mats behind the slats, then add a second thin layer of boards to hide it. Keep the outer pattern consistent so style stays intact. Soft landscaping, bamboo clumps, tall grasses, layered shrubs, complements the barrier and deepens hush. This balanced approach reduces road noise while preserving design, making morning coffee or evening reading feel private, cocooned, and pleasant. Pet-friendly design matters. Keep lower gaps tight for small companions, and use chew-resistant species or a narrow metal kick plate at the base. Horizontal lines can invite climbing, so limit toe holds by smoothing joints and rounding edges. Add a peak window with polycarbonate for curiosity while maintaining privacy elsewhere. Build a sheltered corner with shade and water access. By anticipating real life, the fence becomes both beautiful and practical, supporting play, lounging, and quiet supervision every day. Be a considerate neighbor with a double-sided pattern, often called a good neighbor fence. Alternating boards on either side of the rails creates privacy while sharing the handsome horizontal look. Keep top caps continuous so the profile remains tidy from every yard. Agree on color beforehand. Neutral, plant-friendly tones age gracefully. Clear communication during planning sets expectations about maintenance, vines, and lighting, turning a property line into a shared amenity that raises curb appeal and goodwill. Slopes require strategy. On gentle grades, racking keeps boards parallel to the ground while posts remain plumb, preserving that unbroken horizontal flow. For steeper yards, step sections neatly and use picture frame trim to finish transitions. Always keep top lines consistent from vantage points like patios or kitchen windows, where humans actually experience the yard. Smart geometry prevents awkward wedges, limits custom cuts, and leaves the fence feeling intentional, like a designed landscape rather than an afterthought. In compact courtyards, thinner slats spaced evenly can make boundaries feel distant. Maintain long, uninterrupted runs, minimizing vertical interruptions like heavy posts or cluttered plantings. Choose a mid-tone finish. Too dark compresses space, too pale washes out. Fold in slender furniture, wall-mounted planters, and a narrow bench to maintain circulation. The fence becomes a calm backdrop, widening the perceived footprint while holding on to privacy. Horizontal rhythm plus restraint equals serenity, minimal effort, and maximum ease. For expansive yards, use the fence to zone activities. A broad run behind dining creates intimacy without isolating the table. Another segment can frame a fire pit while still allowing open views. Vary slat spacing by zone, tighter near seating, looser near lawns, to signal purpose. Repeat the same materials and color throughout so the landscape reads cohesive. The horizontal motif keeps everything connected, guiding movement naturally from cooking to conversation to stargazing without adding bulky walls or clutter. Wind tests every detail. In breezy regions, leave consistent gaps to relieve pressure, and use structural screws with high withdrawal strength. Reinforce corners with concealed steel angles. If storms are common, choose thicker slats or composite boards that won't cup. Keep the cap board slightly overhanging to shed rain and protect end grain. Good engineering disappears behind elegant lines, allowing the fence to feel light while quietly meeting weather's challenge season after season, from spring gusts to autumn squalls. Maintenance keeps luxury alive. Pre-stain boards on all sides before installation to seal edges and slow moisture cycling. Recoat every 2 to 3 years depending on sun exposure. Clean with a gentle wood wash, then rinse thoroughly. Replace damaged or split slats promptly to preserve the continuous rhythm. A quick inspection each spring. Hardware snug, posts true, caps sound, prevents small issues from spiraling. Thoughtful upkeep protects your investment and keeps the fence reading crisp, calm, and curated. DIY builders thrive with modular thinking. Assemble panels on the ground using pocket hole joinery or hidden clips, then mount between posts for speed and precision. Build a simple spacer jig to keep gaps exact without constant measuring. Label panels by location to simplify installation. Pre-drill ends to avoid splitting. This method reduces fatigue, shortens project time, and delivers professional results. The finished fence feels deliberate because every repeated unit is identical, creating that satisfying gallery-ready rhythm. Check codes before digging. Many municipalities limit height near sidewalks, regulate pool barriers, or require specific post depths. Call utilities to mark lines and confirm property boundaries. If frost is a factor, extend footings below the local frost line. Choose self-closing hardware where required. Permits add structure, not hassle, helping you avoid rework and neighbor disputes. When the legal framework supports your design, the fence stands proudly, functions safely, and adds value without hidden surprises. Smart cost savers preserve style. Use metal posts for longevity, then sheath them with wood sleeves for warmth. Select shorter, readily available board lengths to minimize waste. Stain pieces flat before build day. Coverage improves and drips disappear. Standardize modules so offcuts from one panel feed the next. Rent quality tools rather than buying mediocre ones. These small decisions stack up, keeping the look upscale while the budget stays comfortable, leaving room for splurges like premium hardware. Accessories turn fencing into living architecture. Add shallow shelves for candles, hooks for string lights, or a rail for outdoor art that rotates by season. Keep add-ons aligned with slat joints so composition stays calm. If you entertain often, include a narrow pass-through ledge adjacent to dining, perfect for platters and drinks. These details support how people actually use backyards, encouraging flow while keeping surfaces tidy. The fence becomes facilitator, host, and gallery wall all at once. Built-in seating pairs naturally with horizontal lines. A bench that shares the fence's material and cap detail reads custom without overwhelming space. Keep seat depth comfortable and add hidden storage for cushions or games. A low back echoing slat spacing reinforces the visual rhythm. Position seating to capture breezes but avoid prevailing winds. The arrangement says, "Stay a while," anchoring conversation zones while the fence quietly frames the scene with composure and understated hotel lounge sophistication. Harness contrast with planting. Vertical forms, Italian cypress, trellised vines or espaliered fruit, play beautifully against horizontal boards. Choose foliage that flatters your stain. Silvery herbs for charred wood, glossy evergreens for lighter tones. Keep plant beds shallow to preserve circulation. Drip lines tucked along the bottom rail water routes without splashing boards. Through all seasons, the interplay of line and leaf keeps the yard lively, while the fence remains the serene stage that makes everything sing. Pools demand careful detailing. Many codes require self-closing gates, climb-resistant spacing, and certain heights. Horizontal fences can comply while staying sophisticated by reducing footholds on the exterior and choosing corrosion-resistant fasteners. Pick slip-resistant cap boards for wet hands. For a spa-like palette, pair cool gray slats with light stone and soft textiles. The result is sanctuary rather than fortress, secure and serene, where safety blends seamlessly with leisurely, sunlit afternoons. Add flexible privacy with sliding screens. Mount narrow horizontal panels on exterior-grade tracks so they glide to shield a grill zone or reading nook. When open, the yard feels airy. When closed, it becomes intimate. Use handles that disappear into the frame to preserve clean lines. This adaptable solution suits changing seasons and guest counts, providing shade during summer cookouts and wind protection in blustery months. One consistent material palette keeps the system cohesive and elevated. Color trends this year lean earthy and grounded. Terracotta browns, umber, and deep olive, balanced by timeless charcoal. If you're cautious, test mid-tone samples on scrapboards and watch them through a week of sun and shade. Wood reads darker outdoors than indoors. Adjust accordingly. Use color to support mood. Lively near play spaces, calmer near dining or reading corners. Pair stains with cushion fabrics and planta glazes so the entire backyard palette feels conversational and coordinated. texture adds depth. Mix smooth, plain slats with a few bands of rough sawn boards for subtle shadow play. A micro-beveled edge softens light without appearing busy. Keep patterns restrained. One accent per long run is enough. Texture is especially helpful in monochrome schemes, where interest comes from touch rather than contrast. Run your hand along the cap. If it feels comfortable to lean against, the texture is right. The goal is elegant tactility, not distracting novelty. Finish the top thoughtfully. A shadow cap set slightly proud casts a slim line that emphasizes length. Picture frame edges, tidy end grain, and signal craftsmanship. Where posts project, a continuous cap bridges them visually, reducing interruptions. Avoid bulky trims that fight the calm rhythm. The top detail often meets hands, drinks, elbows, and flower pots. Make it smooth, sealed, and subtly inviting. This simple design choice turns a boundary into furniture-adjacent architecture that welcomes lingering and conversation. Think long-term. Combine composite slats for stability with concealed steel within wood sleeves for strength. Choose replaceable modules so future repairs don't force full sections down. Keep irrigation away from posts and add gravel at bases for drainage. This foresight preserves the fence's level lines and rich color through years of sun, rain, and celebrations. When components age gracefully and replacements slide in easily, the design stays fresh without major overhauls or budget shocks. Short on time. Create a single bay accent fence to transform a zone. One span of horizontal boards behind a bistro table or grill instantly establishes a room outdoors. Use the same stain as nearby planters for cohesion. Add 2 lighting points aligned with slat joints, and the area sparkles on weeknights. This bite-sized project teaches spacing, fastening, and finishing, building confidence for larger runs later while delivering immediate, high-impact polish on a modest budget. Refresh seasonally with small moves. In spring, wash and reseal high sun sections. Plant fragrant herbs near seating. Summer invites lanterns and shade sails anchored to sturdy posts. Autumn favors deeper cushions and copper accents that echo warm stains. Winter welcomes evergreens and subtle string lights tucked under the cap. These adjustments respect the fence's horizontal rhythm while letting the backyard feel new every quarter. A little attention keeps your investment glowing and your gatherings comfortable.